Dr. Anthony Fauci predicted Thursday the U.S. will progress towards some sort of normalcy by the mid to late summer or early fall, a slightly more optimistic timeline than he had suggested even a month ago, saying a year into the COVID-19 pandemic that while there is a light at the end of the tunnel, Americans must be cautious by not letting up on public health measures too soon. In an interview on the Today Show, Fauci said he thinks that with enough vaccine supply available to cover all U.S. adults by May, we're going to start seeing a big difference by summer into the fall. The return to normalcy will be gradual, Fauci said, and the U.S. must really turn on the afterburners and get a lot of people vaccinated, the overwhelming proportion of the population. Fauci previously predicted in February the U.S. would be approaching a degree of normality as we get into the fall and winter, though he believed mask wearing would likely continue into 2022. Fauci warned that while he thinks nationwide COVID-19 cases will keep going down at a less steep decline than their dramatic drop in February, that trajectory relies on Americans keeping up with public health measures to avoid a new surge in cases. The infectious disease expert warned that the recent trend of governors lifting restrictions as cases go down is risky and they better be careful. At minimum, people need to continue to wear masks, Fauci said, though multiple governors have recently rescinded their state's mask mandates. We don't want them to take off on us and give us another surge. Fauci warned about the spread of new, more transmissible coronavirus variants in the U.S. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Things look good, but we gotta keep putting our foot to the metal when it comes to public health measures. 529,267. That's the total number of COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. since the pandemic began, according to Johns Hopkins University, a number that Fauci said Thursday would have shocked me completely if he had known a year ago how bad the outbreak would get. While he predicted to Congress exactly 1 year ago that the situation would get much worse, Fauci said, I did not in my mind think that much worse was going to be 525,000 deaths. March 11 marks 1 year since the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic and the situation dramatically worsened in the U.S., as former President Donald Trump implemented a travel ban from Europe and restrictions and closures started being imposed nationwide. The U.S. has recorded more than 29 million COVID-19 cases since the pandemic began and still faces a threat from the virus, particularly as the more transmissible and deadly B.1.1.7 variant first detected in the United Kingdom is expected to become the country's dominant strain this month. The arrival of COVID-19 vaccines has improved the outlook on the pandemic's trajectory. However, with President Joe Biden now saying the country will have enough vaccine supply to inoculate all U.S. adults by mid-May. Nearly 10% of the U.S. population has received both vaccine doses thus far, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and nearly 100 million vaccine doses have been administered nationwide.